Hey guys, thanks for tuning in on this video, which is how to overcome common training mistakes to maximize your results and prevent injuries. I think it's really important to touch on, the fact of aging and injury. One little small injury can set you back a really long way in your training and also just in your daily life. The body takes a little bit longer to heal, and different stresses in life can really inhibit that healing process of the body. So it's really important to train smarter, not harder, and to really take the right steps in your training so you're not just always going kind of gung-ho with the training. So the first common mistake that people make is they miss their warm-up. So warming up is super important, and you'll notice in some of my other videos that I talk about, those foundational movements like stability and mobility training. So it's not just, walking on the treadmill, although that does warm up the body. It's really about, conditioning some of your movements in your joints, making sure that you're really making a connection through the body, bringing the mind and the body into alignment before you start loading it up. So the body is connected. So if you're doing a workout and you're going to go and lift some heavy weights, it's a really good idea to sort of start with some mobility and stability work, which is about connecting the entire system, get everything recruiting properly, feel where you're at on that day. So where's your body at before you start training? That's really, really important part of, a training program. The second mistake a lot of people make is they rush movements. So they think faster is always better. But that really brings in momentum and swinging into it. So you're actually taking away from your body some of that control and stimulation through the body. So if you slow all your reps down and your movements down and really control the movements, build that repetition through slow motion, and then once you've really connected and you can control a movement, by all means you can speed it up, because there's a difference between fast controlled movement and fast sloppy movement. So we use momentum when we're really struggling to connect, and then we can use speed as part of a sharp movement that is controlled over something that is fast and a bit sloppy. So that's a really important component. So whenever I do any of my training videos, it always starts with slow motion training first, because you want to get that repetition into the body through that slow movement patterns so that the mind and the body can really connect, and it can become a familiar pattern in the body. So number 3 in the training mistakes is training through pain. So people that train through pain, it's not great. Pain in the body is basically telling you that something is not right. So something in the body is not right, and the body's feeling discomfort. And when we have discomfort, we normally lock down and protect that area. So, really looking at, what are the movements that are causing you pain? And generally when we have, pain, for instance, knee pain, a lot of the time when we have knee pain, we're really protecting the knees. So because the body's protecting the knees and locking down that area, it's actually inhibiting some of the other muscles which are required to help your knees move really well. So what you then do is you've got to go, okay, great. So if I've got sore knees and I really need to engage my upper legs and my glutes, instead of doing standing exercises, I'm going to dial back and I'm going to come down to the ground and do some exercises that are lying down and taking load out of my knees. Now, that's just an example of what you can do. Obviously, everyone is different and there's different things people need. But, don't train through things that really hurt you, because it's your body telling you that something in that area is not right, and it's going to inhibit other areas of the body from working well. And so you're not always going to be able to overcome that. You're just going to make it worse. So really making note of that and getting some assistance in that area if you do feel pain in your body. Number 4 in the training mistakes is training numbers, not feeling in the body. So, instead of, trying to hit certain repetitions and making sure you're always getting those reps, really connect with your body and, train that form. So you might find that you want to hit 10 repetitions, but you can only hit 5 or 6 with really good form, and then it becomes sloppy. Those sloppy reps at the end, they're actually probably doing more harm than good to your body. So you really want to train the form. If it means you have to dial back your load to get to your 10 reps with good form, you can do that. Or you just do 5 really good strength reps with great form. So really form before numbers. That's a really, really important mistake people make. So I think when we're looking at, training mistakes, the takeaway here is if you want to move well for life and you want to be able to feel strong and resilient and flexible in your daily activities, then it's really about training smarter, not harder, and finding all those elements in your program that maybe you're missing. I always find that naturally really strong people gravitate to strength training, and naturally really flexible people gravitate towards, yoga, stretching, Pilates, things that sort of enhance their strength. And it's natural. That's what we're like as people. We want to always go for what we're good at. But when it comes to, living like freely in your body and feeling really strong and resilient, it's important that we tap into all the areas of our training that maybe are lacking. And really hone in on those areas. It doesn't mean you need to let go what you love. It just means you need to add in some of those elements so you get an all-rounded program and, you feel great throughout your life and right into old age.